Yo, what's up? Breaking Wreckords Radio in the place to be. You fucking fake MCs better break from me and Innesence.
Because you ain't know what we gonna see.
We ripping shit, getting intricate. We in Self-Made Studios right now. Steel City. What the fuck is up?
How y'all doing tonight, baby?
We got Ross Burns in the place. Mr. Burns, you know what it is. What's good, homie?
Living the dream, brother. Living the dream, you know.
Yeah, word up.
Thanks for having me on, boys.
Man, no problem.
Hey, man, thanks for having us in the studio.
See, you guys been killing things for a while here now.
Yeah, so what about you? This is Self-Made.
You know this.
Where did this start?
Change the A to an A.
Give a little bit of a background.
mEHde.
Yeah, I started this back about 9 years ago. I started doing it myself. My homie Chris Slack, me and him were living together, and then he was doing his own little thing, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own little thing. I'll call it Self-Made, and then from there it's progressed, and then eventually I changed the spelling on it just for to make it more original, and that way I can license it. Make it more original. It's the name Self-Made. We're all self-made, you know what I mean? Life's what you make it. So now, recently, I've done for the last, like I said, 9 years, I've been doing shows, doing my videos, doing all that shit, and I've been focusing on the production on the backside. So for the last 2 years, I went hard, just recording a bunch of artists. Had 18 artists on my mixtape. So now here I am, and I've started a music label now. Self-made music.
Self-made.
Yeah, Self-Made entertainment. So we got the big team going now.
Word up, man.
So on the team, we got so much talent right now. It's crazy right now. If you're on Facebook now, you see the graphics popping and that. My homie Sam been holding that down for us. He's a crazy R&B cat. We got Eddie G, he's part of the team with the camera, he's an artist too. We got my homie RK, the guy's got bars like you don't even know. And he's actually producing beats and an engineer now too, so things are going good. We got Robbie Borden, we got Maloney too, he's part of the team here. He's out here all the way from T.O.
Word up.
But you're all over, bro. You Bell City, that's when I first heard about you. Then you went T.O., now you're back here, you know what I mean? It's like
I'm trying to seep in every crack I can get my hands in, bro.
It's all circle. Eventually, we were gonna get together because real recognize real, right? We've been grinding since time, you know. So
Word up.
I remember I heard about Icon back then. Slack was telling me about it back then. So here we are now today. I'm doing my thing. I got my studio. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I go to work all day and then I work all night, man. This is it's an addiction. It's not even like a hobby or this or that. It's an addiction to me, man. I don't sleep. That's secondary. That's what it is. You want to come to my house, work till 7 in the morning? I'm about that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta go to work at 5 in the morning. I'm working at 7 in the morning on music, and it's not good. Hey? But anyway, that's what it is, bro. You mean sometimes my priorities get twisted just because it's an addiction that takes over my life. This is beyond passion, beyond all that. This is what I love about everything. And now I've created this team that guys have the same work ethic, the same love. Yeah. And that's what it is to me. And I got a bunch of different generations too. I got the one cat Notes, he's 17. And he's crushing shit, you know what I mean? Then we got Tylo, he's a little older, he's 21. We got Sam's 19, so it's like a generation thing. But we all got the same love. Yeah. Even though he's 17, I'm older. We'll leave it at that. I'm older, and then but we all come together with the same love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I respect the work ethic, and that's the guys who I'm messing with now. Before, when I did my last mixtape, I had guys who they just want to come around and record because it's free and this and that, but that was me just being at the gym training, you know what I mean, learning how to mix and master.
Yeah.
Now I got my craft to the point now I feel like, you know what I mean, I have my sound, and so now I'm growing from that now. So now I want to bring people in on the team like I have, and we're just growing together. Self-made ain't a label, it's a movement. That's what it is, you know. Change A to an A.
So Eddie was talking about Generations, the CD or an album you guys are putting together.
We got a crazy mixtape right now we're working on. Like I said, the whole team is getting in on there on collaborations, and there's gonna be some solo joints on there. A lot of them are gonna be there's gonna be some industry beats. There's gonna be some original beats on there. Just gonna be a bunch of stuff tossed together just to highlight, show you all the talent that we're bringing to you guys. That way everybody can get a feel. Me personally, I'm not into making the auto-tune music and that as an artist, but as a producer, I love to expand my horizons and diversity, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the generations, the idea is to bring, we get from a bigger pool, everybody works together, and we all have different feedback and different input on different things, right? We all make different types of music. So now I'm allowed to make the type of music, even though I don't personally want to make that, because I'm a storyteller, old school guy, like yourself, bro. You know what I mean? we're not gonna change from that, you know.
Yeah.
Just because the radio says no.
You just adapt to what the new sound is in a way, but you keep it real to what you do still.
Yes, but you gotta keep it. You gotta give the people what they want at the end of the day too, right?
Yeah.
So this diversity of bringing the label together, and at the same time for me, when I was like starting, and it's hard to find a studio somewhere where you can go and like express yourself. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. I try to this is built by an artist for artists, my studio, my setup, everything works so if you're an artist, everything's here that you need to evolve and perfect your craft, to say, right?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of guys I'm surrounding myself with, the guys who are around me, we all learn off each other, but at the end of the day, it's not teaching people, it's about teaching people how to reach potential.
Alright, so tell the people a little bit about some of your past projects that you got. You've handed me 2 that you got. I'm sure that you got a longer body of work.
Yeah, those 2 were The Wait Is Over. That was a project I did. That originally was supposed to be my first all original CD, and I was also working on, like I said, with the other artists and at the mixtape. And I ended up with so many songs that I didn't want to just throw them away, so I just pushed them onto The Wait Is Over, and then Self-Made Volume 1. And I created just the 2 different discs. So, but before that, I had the Mr. Burns of Friends, and that one was a lot of that was done at other studios. That's when I first came back to Hamilton. So I was working with a bunch of different producers, networking and all that. And then I just had all these songs, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put these together, and I'm gonna throw a couple more of my own tracks on there that I've done and I produced, or my other homies. I had a couple of my homie Wick Bone from Bell City. He did a couple beats on there, for Shotgun and The Greatest. And then I had a bunch of just industry stuff or just downloaded stuff. Like I said, I would just go to a studio, you show up there, people recording, and you just jump on a track, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I was going, that's how I was moving at the beginning. But I ended up finding myself, I'd be booking a studio time, then they'd be like, oh, it's rainy outside, or they come up any excuse to, so I was like, you know what, this is not good. So I got my own little studio going, and I just kept growing from there. It was in my basement. Actually, originally, this is my original studio, my boss. I had this one back in Bell City.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. I bought that at LA Music back in the day. I don't even think it's there now. I think they changed the name or something.
Oh, did that?
No, it's still there.
Yeah, that's it. Is it still there?
I haven't been
this
there in time.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Rolling Boss 900 right there, bro.
You know what? Dave Moore just got one of these. He posted a picture on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why he told me he could send me licks and we can do tracks now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can export waves right from that, bro. And that thing has a top-notch sound card. It's no joke. It's no joke. I did for my song Dreams, I did all the rough copying that on there. It even has an external mic, so I just sit on my couch, kick it. You can run out batteries, right? So that was my first original studio, and that was because I wasn't good with the computers. At that point, I didn't really know how to turn on computers. I was I didn't want to get into technology, right? So this thing is just buttons and a couple sliders.
Yeah, so
I started moving. Actually, the Artist for Artist show I did in Hamilton.
You just go
Look
make
for
music
that.
wherever.
I had to bring my music on this, my set, on this, bro, because I didn't know how to do a USB. And that's what happened, is the guy who was working at the studio, he's like, yeah, I'll mix you down a set, and it never came. And then so next thing I know, I'm at the show, and I got this freaking huge thing. Everybody's got USB, here I come in my home studio, and I'm plugging it into the... So I got it, yeah, that's what it is though, you know what I mean? So that's when I realized I needed to grow.
That's dope, that's authentic, man.
It was harder than it needed to be, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And now it's great now that I've evolved. Now I can just mix down my set into one thing if I want, throw some sound effects in there, put on a USB, and I get organized. I mean, I'm not gonna have no issues. No more stress like that because I'm in control of my own destiny, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the self-made. Just like the guys who are on the label, it's not like I don't do everything for them. Self-made is like these guys are in here to learn how to record themselves. It's the same thing, right? So as an artist, they grow too. Because I feel like as a producer, it changed me as an artist. I'm sure same thing for you when you look at it different when you know how it's gonna be when you're recording. You lay it out. You'd be like, you know what? In my downtime, I do this, or like you can have more control of your track, which is your art, right? And to me, that's what this is why I do this, because I love to do what I do, not like necessarily, like I said, what people always want to hear.
Yeah.
But the real recognized real, like people who love old school hip hop, storytelling vibe, they like my music. But it is what it is.
So how many albums do you have?
Altogether, I've released officially like 3 albums is what I did. But I got like so many songs that are just out there, and that's what I'm trying to instill with these guys too. Is like we want to put together as a project instead of just throwing your tracks out there, and then they end up going nowhere, which makes it harder for people to find it, acquire your your product, right? So that's why now I try to move more proper in the sense that I just can sleep on my tracks, stack them up, make a project, and put it somewhere where people can go find it, right? I'm working on my website right now. It's getting built. It'll be www.selfmade.com. Just change the A to an A, right? You gotta change the spelling, right? Because it's a Canadian thing. And like I did that so it's more original too that way. You know? And guys are like, oh, well, Rick Ross, you copied him. Like, I was doing self-made before Rick Ross, and my name is really Ross. Just let this be noticed. Just saying. But like, I ain't copying Rick Ross. I ain't doing none of that. You know, this is what I've been doing. Yeah. And that's why I put the Canadian flavor on to make it clearly that it's not Rick Ross.
Thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Sorry. No, that's real hip hop. Yeah. We're the show with the baby, pick up weed.
It's in the studio doing the thing, you know?
You know what it is. So, you want to touch base on some of the albums or tell people where they can get it? Do you have them online or you just have hard copies?
This has been my problem. Online, I'm not good at the online thing. Like I don't have my stuff on that Piff and that. Like you can find me on YouTube at like Burns688 and find some of my songs. Or I'm on Reverb, Mr. Burns 905 and SoundCloud. But as far as for actual product, I just had the hand-to-hand hard copies because I've been doing a lot of shows. Like in the last 4 years, I've done like 150, 200 shows. Like I just been out here like all over like the Falls, Toronto, Guelph, Oshawa, just trying to get out there and get heard. And then from this is what I've learned though, is I want to back up and I need to focus more on my online game because that's huge, right? People not necessarily go to the hip hop shows. They like to have somewhere to get
even if they do, then they like to go back and have something to follow up on, right?
Yeah.
And they like to be able to find your body of work. Like if they weren't able to cop the CD or something, then like, I was feeling that guy, but I can't find anything by him.
Exactly.
So like, the online.
Just get Eddie to throw his account together for you. Put all your projects.
Oh, Eddie G's over here working non-stop. This guy.
I've been pressing them, telling them, you know, we need to get the online thing right. So
we got Eddie here too, guys.
Eddie G.
Shout out to Eddie GTV.
He's a huge part of the team, Eddie G. You know what I mean? Me and him, like, even before I started the official label, when I was doing all these shows, like he would just roll me. I'd be like, Eddie, you free to come? And like he comes, he doesn't be like asking me for money or even nothing. You know what I mean? We just jump in the car, we go to the show. He does the footage, and we just been working. And that's the kind of stuff I respect because I'm the same way, right? It's almost taking it back to the barter days, you know? Because everything's about $1. Yeah, like how much money you gonna pay me? What? You know what? What about if you do a video for me, I can record you or stuff like that because we both want to keep going, but not necessarily everybody can come out the pocket.
No, and that's always that's the same way I try to work with people too on like a pro bono type basis, like favor for favors, like, you know, I'm glad to hook up beats, this type of thing, but you know, when I ask you for a favor, like, don't be a dick about it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's huge. With that goes back to the network and the online. Like Eddie's helped me out with my online game huge. Like with that, from the interviews, the acapellas, or Cameo Ken, Most Annoying DJ, all those little things we've been working on. Like if I don't have that stuff, people don't see me online, you know. Yeah. And I feel like people need to see you, be able to get your music, and also have to be able to see you and feel you, catch your vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what Eddie helps us with, bring that to the team. But as far as like you're saying about having people to get my music, I'm currently gonna get I want to get us some business cards designed. So then when we go to the shows tonight and stuff, like we can just toss them around. So then they can leave with something. Yeah. Like you said, a piece of something to say, this is where I find them at, right?
Get some stickers and start posting them all everywhere.
Yeah. Like same thing like Breaking Wreckords, right? When you guys go, like people, you make sure they know when you leave, like this is where we are. You can find us. And that is a weakness of mine, and that's what I'm working on now currently. So
that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is huge for me too, right? Because this is, like you said, exactly helps me out get out there.
Yeah, we try and like provide that outlet for artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because we're the same rap.
It's just the same with us. We're the same
starving artists, bro.
We're all starving artists. And it's funny too. Before we started the radio show, what did we get on? Maybe 2 radio shows on our whole fucking time.
Yeah, and that was like us like contacting people and being like, yo, can we get on the radio and stuff? Like nobody coming at us and being like,
when
yo.
you just start doing things for yourself, man, you open doors.
Yeah, a lot of people like to close doors on people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if they feel you're better or they're threatened by you.
If they feel threatened by you in a sense. Like.
And that's the thing I felt like, that's why I like being in control of my own production too, because I feel like I'm gonna put as much love into it more than anybody's gonna, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the next guy's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna make sure Burns' verse doesn't sound hotter than mine on this track.
Yeah.
You know, I'm back that shit out. That reverb is sounding too nice.
Unless
you
you're
know what I mean?
not dealing with a dude who's just straight engineer and not rap, then you're usually gonna get.
Yeah, you don't get. I try to not do that myself, but like at the end of the day, right? Like that's what it is. People just want to stop.
It's just the passion for music. I look at every song as like a body of a song. You know what I mean? Make it the best it possibly can be in every aspect.
I feel like one of the original elements of hip hop that maybe somewhat has gone away a little bit is the competition. Though at the end of the day, everybody wants to be the best, and I feel that's why if they're threatened, they'll they'll cheat a little bit or try to trip you. You know what I mean? So why are they gonna try to give you a boost?
Yeah.
You know, so it's easier to beat somebody if they're down, or if you trip them. Now it's easier to run by them. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas if you give them a little pat on the back and give them a little Gatorade, keep them running. You know.
Yeah.
The thing is people forget about that. They run and they don't look back.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But that's almost an ignorance with some people in the game, I find.
It's true, yeah.
Almost in human nature itself.
Yeah. I find though in the hip hop game it's even more so like because it gets big headed a lot. You know what I mean? Guys like, well, see how many views I got, dog? Like, what are you gonna like?
Yeah.
So what you got so many views? You probably
everywhere.
You buy half.
Yeah, you probably bought or hacked them. Like whatever, bro. Like you know, like that's not what it is to me.
You got 3 comments, 2 likes, and 100,000 fucking million views on.
Yeah. And you ain't done a show in your life. Ain't never put a product out, and it's not even your beat. You don't get no original music. To me, it's about original music, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mixtape and cover stuff's cool to show that you can have that flow like a pro or industry guy, I guess, if you want. But
so you built this studio here that we're sitting in.
Yes, sir.
You got the booth built.
Yeah, right in the kitchen, bro.
Yeah.
I took the kitchen table out. I put the music in and I started cooking. You know, I haven't stopped since. Like, people know who come here, man. Like it's you come here to work, and we sleep. We go to work, pass out, drunk, wake up, smoke weed, go back to work. Like that's what it is. I got coaches here. Like every weekend, if you come through, you can see that in the city there's mad artists, and I got like a lot of artists from our city, like Maloney, yourself, right? You guys came all the way out of town. You guys are more than welcome here. This is like you guys are crash here too. Like we work, man. That's what it is, cause it's about the love, right? It's an addiction. I can't stop. I can't even if I want to. I couldn't even stop now. That's the problem.
So you know where to go if you're an artist in Hamilton. You want to get your shit done. Yeah,
man. Self-made studio, baby. Hit me up. Like I have a lot of guys who come through and like are actually like clients.
Yeah.
They come through and they pay and like it's a one-on-one environment. You come through, you can chill out, do your thing, get your music done, and then I try to give you the best product I can. Because at the end of the day, I want to make great music. Whether I'm the artist or the producer, or if I'm just one of my homies' songs. Like I want everybody to have the best music, right? Because it's all about growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're growing, like at the end of the day, I'm about challenge too. Like I want to be the best too. So, but I want to be going against the best, right? You want to beat the best to be the best.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like with my team right now, we're so strong. Everybody brings an element to it. It's not even just about artists. Everybody's wearing another hat. Like say for example, RK, he's killing the engineering. He's making beats. He's even doing like Instagram videos and all that on the promo. Like we're all just doing more than just being an artist, because just being an artist doesn't cut it.
Not nowadays.
No, unless you just have the money to come in.
You have a team working behind you.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have a team that just believes in you and knows their lane, right? Problem is with a team, everybody wants to be the boss.
Or you born into this shit nowadays.
Yeah, you get a silver spoon or something. Yeah. I mean, like somebody just hooks you up and you got a wicked studio and a producer all ready to go. Like it was a struggle at the beginning for me to find a spot to depend on.
Where did you start?
I started at when I was back in when I lived back in Bell City. Yeah, bro. That's when I first officially started recording myself, and I actually live over in Simpatica. Me, Slack, and my homie Eli. Slack it was actually a cakewalk. I don't even know what edition he had, but that's what he was using. And I recorded my first song. Was called Happy Birthday. I took the day off work for my birthday and recorded my first track. And then it's like it's like I hit that pipe, you know, bro. I ain't looked back now. It's like I just love rapping and hear myself on the mic, or even just engineering. That's a whole nother level. It's a different passion even, you know.
Yeah.
It's like being the dealer and then being the fiend. It's like the artist, I feel like I'm the fiend, whereas I need to get that shit, you know. Or even as a fan, you're like you want to hear that and I want that, but as a producer I get to like whip it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put my own little twist on somebody else's creation. At the end of the day, it's not even about $1 for me. I love to see a smile on the face. So I record somebody and they come out and their like ears are ripping off from their smile. Man, I can't buy that.
Yeah.
So like, that's what it is for me. Like I said, it's all about love, right? The music. Word, 2 words. And I know I talk a lot, bro. I talk a lot.
No, yeah.
You guys all
I don't know. I've asked a couple questions. I'm just waiting for you to be like saying something.
Yeah, a couple questions.
Eddie G is here. I don't know why he's just sitting there not asking no questions.
Like, come on, Eddie.
Yeah, I know if you guys are doing this thing. You know?
He's got something to say.
He's thinking about cooking with Eddie G. He's thinking about whipping something up, eh?
So, what do you guys think about bacon, mac, and cheese?
Epic. That's the big boy meal, right?
That heat, boy, that heat.
That heat, boy. Personality.
Personality.
So you making us some bacon, mac, and cheese or what?
Is that what it is?
I'm not making it right now, though.
I don't know. That's a exquisite.
Oh,
Exquisite.
shit.
But then, yeah, so on the other hand, I do like, I'm into the promotion. Like tonight, we got the Build Bridges show. Maloney yourself is on there as an artist. Every month that's a network thing to help my online presence, like how we go back to, because that is a weakness of mine. So this is trying to build networks throughout the other cities. So we have a couple local artists, and then we have other town artists from like Toronto, Kitchener, London, wherever. Like if you want to get on the bill, hit us up, Building Bridges. You know what I mean? My homie Adam Trapp, me and him, we co-host that together. Hit us up on Facebook, Adam Trapp or Ross Burns. You can come through and get on that. And then, yeah, we'll be killing that. And then I got another show coming up.
Yeah, you should talk to them about the DJs that we have on Building Bridges every month.
This month is gonna be crazy in the Building Bridges because we have the producer showcase. We have 4 producers coming through who'll be showing some of their beats off. And then this time though, bro, it's gonna be crazy. We have the hip hop hat trick, 3 DJs. It just got real, man. Like we got Crime One, 2-time DJ champion. That guy scratching. I mean, it's crazy. And then we got Canadian Close, DJ Close. And then the other guy, I think his name is Gamma. I'm not even 100% sure. Trap just put this on me when he came here earlier. So yeah, we're gonna be having a 2 minimal to 3 DJ showcase every time. So then they'll be doing this month also. Crime's gonna be doing a DJ showcase to show you why he's the champ, why he is the best, what he does. So just in case they wonder why, 2-time champ, what's that mean? Because people ask me like, what's the DMC champ? What's that mean? You come through, you're gonna see what that means. Trust. If you like, it's like that. Take it back to that Juice era. You know what I mean? Like that Tupac.
Fucking
that's the stuff I love, bro. Like that's the difference between I feel like me and like older cats like me, yourself, and I seen Tupac on Arsenio Hall. I watched him on Living Color and on the news and all. Like I didn't go on Google Tupac and learn this stuff. Like I seen him when he was doing this stuff. Like I felt the movement as I seen it happening. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the kind of stuff I love. To me, music is about a movement, and now it's just about money.
Yeah.
That's the wrong end, you know, and that's the problem. So I don't know. I'm never gonna make money from music. I mean, I'll never sell my soul, as they say, or whatever, all that crap, right? This is so when I die, you guys come to my funeral, you be like, oh yeah, I remember being a bird. He showed me this track. This shit's crazy. Like I don't write lyrics. I write my legacy. You know what I mean? That's what it is to me. Yeah. I don't care if I got now. That's why I moved to the producer side, because you do make money as that producing guys. Like I have the clients, but as an artist, it's hard to make money. You know what I mean? You really got to push as an artist, get yourself out there, and you just got to almost catch a break, really. Essentially what it comes down to.
And you got to be willing to give your music out basically essentially for free until you get to a point where
hard work and luck.
Yeah, you're right. Like everybody, that's about you got to build your worth before you're worth something, right? Everybody drops a song and thinks that, oh my god, I should be famous. Like, probably not.
And that's the problem with a lot of like independent cats nowadays. Like there's like I won't mention anybody and single anybody out. No. But like numerous cats that I mean like realistically might buzz a little bit bigger than myself, but not like, you know, they're in the same fucking radar as I am, and it's like, hey, like, you know, it would bigger both our brands to work together, and it's like, yo, I gotta charge like $100 a verse or something. It's like, come on, you know what I mean?
That's like the guys in the biggest levels, right? They all work together.
That's half of what I'll pay like like a hip hop legend for a verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like someone, you know, that I'm trying to work with to build, like, bigger my brand.
To me, if somebody comes at me like that, that they want money for a verse,
It's like,
I'm not interested.
No.
Really. I don't know. To me, like
if I'm gonna pay you for it, then it's you gotta bring something to the table.
Yeah,
that's
you better
going
be
to worth
amazing
the money.
and
You know
have
what I mean?
such a following. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like
okay.
a following, and you're going to promote it, and you're going to.
That's another thing too. These artists, they charge for the beat or they charge for their verse, and then they don't even fucking promote your song. So what the fuck is even?
No, it's just
the point
dollars
of
to them,
fucking
right?
paying
That's
for
what
the verse.
they don't even care about what vibe the track is on. They just toss a 16 that they got on their computer, throw it to him, be like, here you go, bro. Like to me, that's not the same as I'd rather make a track with a couple indie guys chilling in my studio, vibing to it.
Yeah.
If I give them feedback on the track, right now, like, yo, here's my 16, just off, give me that money and whatever it is, what it is. I'm doing what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
that to me is not. That's not about collab. A collab
That doesn't embody hip hop.
No, the collab shouldn't stop at the song. Like the collab, once I do a collab with you, it's like that song is our song, and like you said, we should I want your fans to hear it. I want my fans to hear it. To say, yo, man, I did this song Maloney. This thing's crazy. You gotta take this in.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, who's this again? Yeah, Bill Maloney, man. They're like, oh, and then they check you out. Like that's what it is to me. But it's I think it goes back to people being threatened, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't want, whoa, don't check Maloney because if you think he's better than me, then you know what I mean. Everybody wants their friends to all think that that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm killing it. I'm gonna blow up, but that's the
Realistically, if people let the guard down and everybody builds as a community, everybody will benefit a lot better.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers at the end of the day, right? There's any kind of movement, nobody does it by themselves. You know what I mean? If you want to make a big movement, you need a big team and like people who are all on the same page, pushing the same direction. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's what I try to create now. So
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I guess it was probably always like that.
More so even back in the day when you had labels and stuff, man, you really had to make pushes. Nowadays, you can be lucky enough if you have no shame and you can post a video called like best 18-year-old rapper in the world spits hottest verse and acquire a following.
Yeah, but you could back in the day, if you got on the radio, and you could pay to get on the radio. There's not.
You still pay to get on the radio.
Yeah, but if you were on the radio back then, everybody knew. Nowadays, it's like there's so many radio stations, there's so many things. I don't even know.
I think the big difference with that is that
if you paid to get on radio back in the day, industry level people would know, but not necessarily the average person, and that's how it builds.
Well, everybody
people's
did. That's all there
following.
was radio back in the day. Radio was the biggest thing. That's what created Elvis, because you just sat there and listened to all the different stations. You could change through the stations and hear all the different genres of music, because that's all there was radio.
the problem with back in the day though, that all there was labels though too.
Yeah.
So like for me, I would never been a rapper back in the day, because to be a rapper you have to get somehow get a studio, which would have been way more limited because you couldn't just plug in a mic to a computer.
No.
There was no YouTube. The network wasn't there. Now I almost YouTube Night can give you almost a false sense of to think you're a star. That's why I'm trying to say with all these views and that.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when there was no YouTube Night, you would just be nothing. That's probably what it'd be. You'd just be a guy who's rapping on your porch because you had nowhere to go rap. And I love that is an option now for us, but
you can't allow that to be your only option.
No, that's what now everybody.
And a lot of cats get that brainwashed too. A lot of cats get a couple thousand hits on a video and just think they are the shit, and that nothing's touching them. And it's realistically, dude, you go put on a show anywhere, and there's no one coming out.
Nobody come out, right?
Because you don't really have a following.
Most of these guys though, I feel like they're the same guys who are never gonna even do anything in their life. They're never gonna get a job or never gonna do anything. They're it's work ethic you gotta have, you know what I mean? And if you, a lot of these guys, I feel like they just do rap, like I said, because the mic is there and they can, and they're like, oh, I can rip that Drake beat or whatever. But to actually be an artist and to be your passion is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about now. The option is here, whereas back in the old day, I wouldn't have that option. Unless I could get into a studio or renew an A&R or somebody say, no problem, we got a studio, you can come record there. Even back then, even if you were paying money, just to be a guy off the street and say, yo, I got $500, I want to come record it. Be like, who are you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have that option. Whereas now, you $500, you can go buy a mic on a PC or a laptop, and you can start laying down your tracks. Then you can get your demos going, right?
Yeah.
Build your own network. But there's a whole different network between being YouTube and all that, and how I do, and all of us do here, and then being the industry thing. I feel like that's when it's all about money. If you don't have the money, you're not gonna be able to play that game.
No.
Or unless somebody signs you, but then they're buying you.
Exactly.
That's the
because
problem.
they'll fund your project. but then they own most of your
They
product. Like, they're all-
own you. They own your name. Like, you just bought my name. How did you buy my name? It's because they just take your soul right out. Like, you know, it's like, now you're just a robot, right?
Yeah.
Go here, go there, do this, and then they're giving you the song and say, this is what you're gonna rap like. That's how it is to me, man. That's how it is. But that's what it is to be famous, and everybody has that belief that that's what an artist is nowadays. If you're not, even my mom called me a wannabe rapper.
Yeah.
Like what? I'm not a wannabe rapper. Like a wannabe rapper to me is somebody who talks about their rapping and like they're never like I'm actually putting my stuff together. Yeah, like I'm not a signed rapper, or I might not be like a mainstream rapper, but I don't feel like I'm a wannabe.
No.
Because I still like I take it serious, right? And I have product to show. Like it's not like I just talk about rapping. A lot of guys.
And that's what a lot of guys do.
Yeah, and then they'll come to my studio and they'll spit and it sounds garbage and they're like, I don't know, they're acting like my mic is broken. Like, I don't know, bro, I spit this all the time for my homies and I kill it. Like, you mean at the party when you guys are all like drunk and high and like popping mollies? Like, yeah, you're ill.
Yeah.
That's the same guy who can just get a mic and laptop and make a track. And I don't know, that waters it down. I feel like it gets watered down a lot now.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, of course.
Alright, Burns, before we wrap this up, just let the people know, even with your lack of online presence, how they can find you online and all your links, your Twitter, all those.
Well, recently I just added that stuff up, so now I got the Twitter, the Instagram. You can find me, it's on Selfmade, SELFM, capital EHDE. Just change the A to an I. That's for my Instagram, my Twitter. And then I'm Ross Burns on Facebook, or you can find me on SoundCloud, Mr. Burns 905. Same thing for Reverb Nation, and then Burns 688 on YouTube. Check out my newest video, We Ain't the Same. That's one I produced myself and shot the video up here right in my living room, like 4 in the morning. 'Cause that's what we do, baby. I don't sleep. Mr. Burns, self-made. It ain't label, it's a movement. Shout to Breaking Wreckords for having me, and everybody who loves hip hop doing their thing, baby. One love.
Word up.